Well, let's see here. Turns out, somehow, over last night, two small leaks sprung. One leak I knew about and I had fixed, but somehow it started up again. Now there's a leak in another tank that it is a more pressing matter. I'm pretty sure I can come up with a temporary fix. But one thing I know that's going to have to be done is I'm going to have a sewer hookup until I replace the tank, because the tanks aren't going to be able to, yeah, they're pressure-based leaks and all this other stuff, and without the tanks having any weight in them or full, they'll be all right for a period of time. But any prolonged fluid in the tanks is going to start yeah. So I'm going to have to replace those tanks. Quick, fast pricing looks like they're going to cost anywhere between $90 and $200 a piece. Now, here's the fucked part. For me, it's a medical necessity to have certain things. Pretty much. But my medical stuff isn't covered because it's too rare. And I have to have a doctor okay it. But if a doctor, for whatever reasons, political or otherwise, just doesn't want to, he's lazy or whatever, it really doesn't matter the reasons why. So it's hard for me to get a doctor to okay it, especially in the area that I've lived, because there's a lot of drug addicts and people working the system. And the thing about it is they let their friends and family work the system. But somebody like me, they say, is trying to work the system. So they play this stupid ass statistic game with numbers and shit, which really bothers me, because then it jams me up from doing what I have to do, as you all get stupider and stupider and stupider. And then you complain about Trump being elected. It's like, well, you kind of didn't give the rest of America any choice, did you? You thought you were going to win and have it your way, and there's no way they're going to elect somebody like Trump. Well, no, you made the environment and situation to where that was the only choice. But then you don't like the masculine personality type, but you complain about there not being healthy men unless they're effeminate, castrated, and hate themselves. So, hey, all you white guys out there that hate yourselves, what good are you going to do your cause in the long run? You hate yourselves. You demasculated yourselves. You don't have an original thought in your fucking head. You can't stand up for what is right even if you're standing alone. What are you going to be left with? You're going to end up in shackles, in prison, whatever kind of prison. And you're going to wake up there and you're going to realize there's nothing you can do. And you're going to think, well, what did those guys do that fought back, that are not in shackles because, well, they can't be put in shackles because they've proven that they're responsible and accountable and stuff. And even if people don't like them, they're still respected and allowed to be free. But you, because you can't think for yourself, govern yourself, or do shit for yourself other than complain and jump on some bandwagon and ask for donations, what are you going to be left with? What causes... See, you only know how to protest. You only know how to point a negative finger. You don't know how to work with. You don't know how to compromise. You don't know how to listen to the protest of others after you get your way and you're sitting in power. Right? You protest the fuck out of something, point your finger, paint the facts any way you want, create logical fallacies, complain about some locker room talk while the guy you're supporting has literally raped people. Has literally used their office to throw the fear of God into people for them to keep their mouths shut and shit like that. So that's who you're supporting, but you're complaining about some asshole in his locker room talk? Come on, trust me, I understand why people are afraid of Trump. Yeah, I was a little leery too. But I didn't hate the guy, and I looked at it all and I figured, well, given the time and situation that we're in, we need strong leadership. Strong leadership comes off as volatile, angry, and so on and so forth, especially in times like this. Because in order to pull this country out of a nosedive and everything else, what's going to have to take place? Innovative thinking, new ways of doing things, a new angle, a new approach, a different attitude. So this is what you get, right? It's the law of fucking nature, people. Get over it. Just like when there were people like Trump, but they weren't as honest as him, believe it or not. You know, them real hard charging kind of conservative types like Roosevelt, like Teddy Roosevelt or whatever. You guys had that, right? So then to balance that out, you went to the other end of the spectrum. You went into the liberal, feminine, whatever. You guys went deep into that. What you got out of it was the first African American president. You pushed the envelope so far, then you hit points of failure, right? So now to bring it back and to correct those points of failure, what the law of nature does, you're going to swing all the way over to somebody like Teddy or somebody as um, potentially volatile as Trump. I'm not saying they're anything alike. I'm just saying that the energy and the masculine focus on things, good or bad, okay? So that's why the pendulum has swung so quickly over to that, is because of how far it swung over to there and the major mistake that was also almost made. I mean, look at what's going on. You get. I mean, just to talk about the feminine side, just off the top of my head, without even thinking or compiling a list, Kathy Gifford basically does something that you just don't do. Then you got Maxine Waters, and then you got the Whoopi Goldberg show, and all them people doing their thing. Half the stuff that comes out of their mouths is shit talking, telling people to do harm to fellow Americans just because of who they voted for. That's fucking tyranny, ain't it? Remember the brown shirts? So who the fuck are the Nazis? What did the Nazis do again? Antifa? You guys are acting exactly like the Nazis acted. You fuckers are the ones that did this shit in my life. Why, every time I fucking turn, why I have to do shit in triplicate? Oh, you conveniently lost my paperwork. You fucking closet Antifa little piece of shit. You know, at some point, you know what's going to happen? You remember the McCarthy era? Remember McCarthyism? That's what's going to happen. Oh, wait, it already happened. Just you guys were on a full-blown witch hunt. At least MacArthur or McCarthy, at least his did have witches involved, basically. Communists. Obviously, I mean, look what happened. Maybe if we would have just kept going that direction, all this wouldn't have happened, but we'd be left with some other type of tyrannical regime, correct? So, you see, I'm that type of person that if my side's going to win in a really fucked up way and I see where it's going to turn into some tyrannical bullshit just like the liberal side did, I'm going to step away. You're going to see me go, well, I can't participate in this because you've lost sight of your mission statement. You're not practicing the very edicts that you speak of. That's why I'm nonpartisan. Because I've seen both the right and the left go totally against what they state their mission statement is. And they break all their edicts. They expect human rights and all this stuff, but they won't extend it. They you know, oh, equality. You know what equality to them actually means? It means that if you're too smart, you need to get dumbed down. If you're too strong, they need to weaken you. If you're too good at something, you need to not be so good at it. Because if you're outshining other people, you're not allowing them to be equal. So, in order for you to allow them to be equal, you need to dumb yourself down, you need to get weak, you need to get fat, you need to get lazy, and you need to get stupid. That way, everybody can be equal. And see, when everybody's equal in that fashion, Pal Pot can fucking fuck you in the ass. You gonna give him a reach around? You must love him enough to give him a reach around. Or is it the guy that's fucking you in the ass that gives you the reach around? I don't know. I've never been in that position. I don't have an asshole to do that to. I hate to be so rude about this all and so blunt and forward about it, but you know what? Sometimes it's better to rip the band-aid off quick, right? We're setting a broken fucking arm here, or a broken leg. It's painful to set a bone, isn't it? So, oh, you're being so mean. I hope I'm not coming across as being mean. I don't intend to be mean, rude, nor insulting to any group of people. I get irritated with groups, and some people or networks within groups take it upon themselves. They think they're going to defend their whatever by coming at me or doing harm to me in my life and stuff. And then when I have to deal with emergencies like 2 leaky tanks, I don't have the tools nor the resources to deal with it immediately or in the fashion that I would prefer, which is fix it right, use exactly what is suggested, and use as top of the line parts and tools as you can. I like fixing things properly the first time. Usually when I fix something, it outlasts whatever if I fix it the way I want to fix it. But anyways, so that's something that just popped up between this video and the last video, which is, it's like, fuck, what do I do? Oh yeah, my PayPal is jkimball553. Yeah, I guess that's what I'm asking. I'm asking for help somehow, because where I'm at, it's not going to be adequate for my needs and everything else, which kind of bums me out. It might be in a month or two after I get all these repairs done, but I need to have access to, yeah, I need to have regular septic pipes hooked up, and yeah, I can't be driving to go dump it once a week or whatever. Because then I need to be able to empty them. I need to have it dry, I believe. I've never changed tanks on something like this before. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna have to get everything ready to move tomorrow. So I'm moving once again, and I'll talk to you later.